Again, it's Sheriff Pete reporting from Norton Fitz, Warren, Tooting, Somerset. How you doing? Hope you enjoyed the first video I did for Sheriff Pete on about doing and not just complaining. And it's a very good point, because if we just hear things and we complain about it, aren't we not there meant to do something about it instead of complaining? And as I was saying, that yes, I've been listening to Nigel Farrell, I've been listening to Jeremy Carl's shows and other shows, and a lot from the house, trying to see what they're going to do about PIP and these vouchers, but there's been nothing just yet, because they're too busy taking so much from the elderly, the valuable people who have been working all their lives, by the way. And as we said to this before, shame on them, definitely shame on them. So how many people actually agree with Nigel about what he's said about the government and not stopping the boats coming over, or letting these prisoners out? What's your feelings about that? All these prisoners being back out on the streets, and some of them are being re-arrested. Then you get someone from the BBC who's had his sentence suspended. No remarks on that, not from me anyway, but there you go. This country is going bizarre. It is totally bizarre, and we need, as citizens, to be able to be safe when we go out or if we travel, and we should have the rights to speak out. We should have freedom of speech, and if people come from other countries, they should respect our laws and live by our laws, and not have all these crowds speaking their own language. You can't understand what they're saying, and there's too many of them waving their flags. If we were to go to their country, we probably wouldn't be allowed, but there you go. If we were, would we get the same treatment as what they get in this country? No, I doubt it very much. And I agree with Nigel, we need to do something about stopping these boats coming over, because you don't know who's coming over from other countries and what their purpose is. And it's scary for those who have anxiety and mental health as well, because they probably really don't feel safe in their own homes, and some are even afraid to go out. So I agree with Nigel, we need to do something. Now these are the sort of things we have no control of, but we can put our input on how we as British people feel and how we are being treated. It's a free speech. Now I don't have a live channel, I don't know how to go live properly. I just do small little videos, or sometimes long videos, as you know. Maybe some of my videos aren't that important as the ones I'm doing as Sheriff Pete. And I'm mainly thinking about a lot of people I know who are elderly and I would support, because some of them have supported me. And these people are very good friends of mine, so I know quite a few people who I'll be trying to make sure, make sure that they get this winter warm. And some of them are members. One is like a mother to me, and she's done a lot for me and my wife. So we will be doing our best to help her, because she is like a second mum. As I said, I'm not going to just be talking, I'm going to be a doer. I know I've been called for this reason, and it's just, it really, really sickens me how people with power can cheat people like us like we're nothing. And it does really annoy me, because I've always felt like an outcast anyway, and being an outcast, didn't know where I belong. And now I'm starting to find my feet and know where I belong. This is what helps me to truly understand that we need to be doing and not just talking. And I do try not to let myself get too annoyed, because it's not worth it. The best thing to do is to act and do something. As I said, I'll be willing to make appointment for an infant from community hall, so we can come up with some ideas. Well, I have a few which I could explain. And also, I don't know if people have asked these questions, where does all the money go from community halls? I know some of it must go to like the schools and doing Poppy Day, but when you think about it, they have breakfast club, they have film night, they have quiz night, and people book rooms. I have booked a room before. So where does the rest of the money go? Yes, it goes, some of it goes on the heating, we know that. We know some of it goes on making the hall improve, probably the internet as well, and as I said, they probably do some other things. But when they do quiz nights and that, you have to take your own food, and it's like, I think it's like £12. I've seen some of it, £12, and yet for quiz nights, if you're on a table, so you were probably thinking, well, hold on, why can't you do food? You've got this money. It's probably in all kinds of community halls, but I think now, with what's going on, we should be thinking about those who really might need help with some of this money, and think where we can save some and make sure that the valuable does not go without any heating over these winters, or like be able to travel and get a pass, a bus pass somehow. And make sure that those families who need their children to have free school meals still get a free meal. These are things what the community people should be talking about. And I think it's about time we don't just have elderly people in the community. We need some young blood too. Someone who can help. Because some people, when they, their sight might go or hearing might go, And I think sometimes us youngsters should take part of helping with the community, no matter what we do. Okay? And these are seriously things we need to think about. Especially, another thing we've got to think about is this mild tax rate. If that comes out, the bus fares and that's going to be high, because they will have to be doing mileage. People with cars, some who might be elderly, might not be able to keep their car. So there's a lot of things as a community we could think about. The other thing is, if this is going to happen with a few from cars, people who might need to get to food banks. This is something else people haven't thought about. Now for me, it's about an hour and a half or so to get to the food banks if I needed it. And probably for many families, and some families who just use the buses, they might not be able to afford, because the bus fare will have to change to cover these mileages. So and that means people who are in desperation of food might not be able to get to the food banks. So as a community, shouldn't we have our own sort of food banks in each community? What do you think on this, guys? I'm giving points which are very important points which you can comment on, because they are very important. These are things we've got to start looking at as a community. We need to do more as a community. As I said quite a few times now, no time to complain, it's time to do. And I'm willing to do my part. And I am going to be talking to a lot of my customers, when I get some customers, on how we can go forward on things. So Kingdom Enterprise will be raising money for these valuable people, and I'm going to have like a special cupboard in my office at home, where I'm going to have emergency blankets, first aid and things like that, where I can help and do my bit, because I have accepted this calling from my Father above to do whatever He asked of me, and I put my hand up to do this, to support, to honour and obey His commandments. I am not no fool, people. I have been truly appalled with all what's been going on, and if we all as a community can make a stand and help one another, no matter skin colour, race, if you're Christian or not Christian in the community, we all need to play our part in all this. We need to be a proper community. I'm asking all communities right through Taunton, if anyone from that community watches my videos, to listen to the ideas I've spoken, and please leave me comments how, if any of this has helped you guys, because I feel it's time for us British people to make a stand that we're not gonna let anything happen to those who have worked all their lives. Our grandmas, grandparents, my mum's not here, so I can't say my mum. Our elderly friends, I can say, and those who are single parents or whose children are not going to be entitled to these school-free meals. There's a lot of things we need to discuss, which I am bringing up. And I just want to play a bit from, I like Nigel, and here, this line.
Such as media appearances, journalism, speeches furnished to the public versus potential conflicts of interest. Well, folks, I want to tell you this. I didn't see any conflict of interest between being an MP and coming here 3 evenings a week for an hour. And by the way, if there are crucial votes, I just won't be here. I didn't see any conflicts of interest whatsoever. In fact, I might make an argument that's slightly different. That I'm here with a panel of people, some agree with me, some disagree with me, we have open debate. I'd like to think that through programmes like this, what we actually do is take what's really happening in politics and bring it to a bigger audience. Lucy Powell, who is Leader of the House.
So, what do you think of that remark from him? That's the one. That's what I think. We shouldn't be frightened to speak out about what we truly believe in, and I agree with him. He shouldn't be afraid, and why shouldn't he do his broadcasting as well? Let's
We don't have to be here. And I just hope people learn the lesson as we move
Listen
towards
to
this
this.
budget, not to put us in this position again, where we take a decision which is based upon, I believe, misjudgment, and certainly flies against everything I believe in as a Labour MP about tackling inequality and poverty within our society. I was not elected to impoverish my constituents and put them in this hardship. So I did regret voting for a motion put forward by these characters, but I will have to because there's no other mechanism. And I say to my people back in Hayes, I want to look at them in the face and say I did the right thing. We don't have to be
And that's, whoops,
and I just
true,
hope
Paul.
people learn the lesson.
I told you, you see, when I try and do my videos, I do them live, well, not live on YouTube or Facebook, but live on my camera when I'm really getting things out, that these things do go wrong. They do go wrong, and I can't help that. But listen from if I can find it. No, I can't find it. I have to find this video, and I will play it on another video. But you're getting the point that we shouldn't just be complainers. We should be doing, okay? And that's the point I'm trying to get out. And I can see this is like 20 minutes long, but I was trying to get something for you to hear. Well, I hope this video has helped as well. This is Sheriff Pete signing out. See you in the next one. Keep safe, be kind.